That was
He's
funny.
chatting to him. He's just chatting to him on the bench.
I wonder if I'll get away with it. I wonder if I'll get away with it.
No. You man deep in it. He was going to bring on Salah, yeah?
Look how much space is on the right-hand side, you man. What is this?
Oh, my.
This
Nah,
is
these guys they're trying to get him sacked.
I'm done. I've got kids, bruv. It's a Friday. Why am I doing this? I'm done. Bye, man.
I listen. Nah, it's a wrap.
By other clubs in our league to sell our best, some of our more important players, should we say, to them. You know, I have no issue with them going off to Barcelona or into Milan. Please, I'll drive you there. I dislike you to an end so much.
What did you?
All right, mate. Please.
What did
You're
you
the
make?
biggest back of Arsenal. What are you gonna say today?
I praise.
Are you gonna congratulate us for being top of the league? Because you do every day show about Arsenal, guys. Arsenal, yeah.
By the way, just let you know.
Brother, oh my goodness. Oh my, no, man. He's looking right across the line. Dimwit, bro. Oh my goodness, right there.
Cal's crashing out. Cal's crashing out.
Bobby got someone running. Oh my god, for the life of me, for the life of me.
No, man fully crashed out. Hey, man thought he was at home just watching the game. Man forgot he was definitely on copy.
For the life of me, you man.
The president has just announced that we have caught and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Liverpool Avengers, ladies. Wow, I don't even have the Liverpool background on. Welcome to another Liverpool Avengers, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to talk about all things LFC. Matt is going to be joining us in 15 minutes, which in itself is a pleasure to work with Matt, obviously, and the Coppish boys. You know, huge pleasure. Speaking of huge, Jeff Bezos, 33% owner of Liverpool soon, the consortium. Liverpool lost to Monaco yesterday. We're going to talk about that. Araujo arrives on loan. And, you know, everyone knows my favorite streamer to work with on the platform is Tom Little. And he made a fantastic video on Araujo. Barcola saga continues. Jones might leave Liverpool Football Club. And, you know, we're going to talk about it. Big up to all of you. There's already 300 people in the building.
Switch up like that is unbelievable. The way you can switch up like that is unbelievable. People don't understand what was being said to me when I was backstage. Standing here on his camera on, and he went, "Tom, you're such a see you next Tuesday. You're the biggest see you next Tuesday." And I'm going, "What we're doing? A Araujo video." And that's when I'm going, "Oh, it's a lovely video."
You're the most toxic person on YouTube. You're the most toxic person I know, bro.
Honestly, it's the ability to say that with a straight face after everything I've just got backstage.
Tom, are you sure you want to reveal background conversation?
You know what that's like? You know when you're out and your mum or dad pulls you to the side and tells you off, and then when they go back in public, they're all smiley and laughing, joking with everyone.
Honestly, God, I've never seen anything like it.
I wish people could have seen what her son was like before we and now he's just like this.
Why are we revealing background conversations, Tom?
No, because her son, I'll be real with you. I don't know how you managed to do that.
It is incredible. It's a true skill, that. It's really impressive.
Anyway, guys, obviously we wish Cal a speedy recovery on his injury. Obviously, so wish him speedy recovery. Well, I'm not gonna reveal, you know, conversations in the background. But when I said I'm coming to Anfield, Tom said it would be a bomb threat. So he said that to me, and police would have to be called. So since we're revealing background conversations, Tom, I promise you it's better for you if you stop here. Anyway. Hit the like button and subscribe. I don't want to keep interrupting the show to say it. There's 400 people in the building. Close the live chat, like the video. We're going to talk about this whole takeover stuff. And Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment, habibi. So, first of all, let's read Son's super chat. That United fan insinuating that they have a better team last night was cringe. Lamens, Shaw, Maguire, Yoro, Mainu, Tielemans is shit. Son, I told people that United fans are the most annoying fans on the internet. People thought that I was exaggerating, but I'm not even exaggerating. It's the reality. They're way worse than Arsenal fans. Way worse. And I actually, like, I think Chelsea fans are worse as well than Arsenal fans. I'll be honest with you. Like, I've never seen more delusion than Chelsea fans. KG yesterday said they had a better starting 11 than us, and they finished 10th. Anyway, let's talk about this consortium stuff first, and then we'll come to the football. So this whole Jeff Bezos situation, let's talk about it first, since it's like breaking news and it's Paul Joyce reporting it. Callum, since you're part of the group, your thoughts on you know, Jeff Bezos possibly buying a little bit of not a little bit. It seems like it's going to be a third of the club. I'm going to share the Paul Joyce tweet as you're speaking, but what are your thoughts on it?
I don't feel any way towards the deal in any way at the moment, Sam, simply because, again, I'm going to sound spoiled and entitled and all the rest. What benefit is it going to have for us on the football pitch? And again, I understand what the owners have done for the club commercially and all that. They built us up massively, but I'm at a point now where if this takeover doesn't mean we're going to start buying the best players in the world and start winning leagues and Champions Leagues on a more regular basis, then okay, what is it for? I need to see what this is all about. Like, it's all well and good saying we're the richest club and this, that, and the other, but okay, what does that constitute? Because Newcastle are the richest club. Does anyone really care? Like, they're not winning anything. They're not attracting the best players. They've gone backwards in that time. So unless we go and do what we're meant to do, and that is kick on from where we are now to being a legit powerhouse where we aren't getting bullied by anyone and we're doing the bullying and we're wrapping up trophies on a regular basis, then I have no feelings towards it right now.
Thomas, do you want a red carpet, mister?
No, I'm the same way as Carl. Look, we don't really know much of anything. We know who's investing, but we don't know what the plan is. We just know that they're buying a minority stake in the club. To me, it seems pretty obvious that this is going to be an evolution to where they go from minor stake to majority stake to complete ownership. But until I know what their plans truly are, it's a bit hard for me to really feel much of anything about it. I just hope that whoever it is that comes in, whenever this consortium comes in, they're going to want to make the money out of it. There's no other reason they'd invest. But I do hope that they don't just drain Liverpool in terms of financially. I hope that deep down they do have some of the club's best interests at heart and the fans' best interests at heart and want to make us successful on the pitch and make sure that we don't lose what makes Liverpool special. That's the big thing for me.
I mean, you know, here's the thing for me. I'm excited by this. I think obviously, look, it says it's a consortium and it's only 33%. However, I think that Jeff Bezos is not the type of owner that would buy just 33% of something. I think he's probably more interested in like a long-term plan. You know, I think they're more interested in like probably buying the club full time later on. You know, the fact that it's gone.
Yeah, sorry to jump in as that. Like, so I spoke to Mo Chatra about this, and he basically said that he likens it to almost a test drive of a car over like a couple of like. So a lot. Well, for you're buying luxury cars, I hear you have to pay for a test drive, if I'm not mistaken. This is effectively them buying a test drive of Liverpool. So yes, to us it's massive money. Obviously, $1.5 billion, $2 billion. That is crazy money. For them, it's not crazy money. Like
but for Jeff Bezos and Bhatia, for them to test drive it, it seems like they want to buy the car eventually.
No, it does. But then we have to make sure the car is to their liking, innit? Because if it's not, then they'll effectively just sell it off.
No, but here's the thing: these are billionaires, so they know this. Football clubs are not profitable. Everyone knows this. Everyone who understands the sport knows this. No football club is profitable. Football clubs make revenue, but football clubs are not profitable. It's rare for a football club to be in the net positive when it comes to actual profit, because when it comes to the operating costs and the wages and all the stuff that you pay, you end up eventually losing money. Now, I think with billionaires at this level, I think this is something to add to the portfolio. This is something for when they meet their billionaire friends, you know, we're the owner of Liverpool Football Club, you know, and stuff like this. Now, the fact that Bhatia's in there, you know, obviously, yes, football guy. Same thing with like, for me, like the Indian owners, an Arab owner, a Russian owners, these type of owners actually watch football before becoming an owner. So they know the sport, they understand the sport, they know what it's like. You know, there are a lot of Blackburn fans, as an example, when the Bhatia news came out, that were irritated the fact that, you know, they're basically kind of disconnecting from the Blackburn situation, because a lot of their fans like them, you know. So that's the thing. So
it was QPR, not Blackburn.
QPR, sorry, not Blackburn.
So I just one of the points you made about football teams not being profitable. I hear that. Could that not be different with Bezos though, considering he already has Amazon? So could he not monetize Liverpool in a way by he kind of makes money through Amazon, like whether they're selling merch exclusively on Amazon, or if the TV rights on Amazon as opposed to LFC TV?
Yeah, of course, that could all be part of it, 100%. Because if Liverpool have 100 million fans online and they made Amazon Prime for Liverpool games on $1, then that's $100 million. like just $1, you know. So that's how they would think about it. Let me just read the Paul Joyce article, and then we'll come back to this. This is obviously what was reported just before we went live. Confirmed, Liverpool's owner Fenway Sports Group is advancing in talks to sell about 1/3 of the club to a consortium, including Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. The syndicate is led by Amit Bhatia and also includes Eduardo Severin, one of the co-founders of Facebook, and has been in discussions with FSG for about 3 months. Talks are ongoing, said one source, but it is looking positive. So when you look at all the signs, it seems like they are test driving it, but eventually they want to buy the car. That's what I fully believe at this moment in time. I don't think that they're just doing this just for the sake of it. And yes, I agree with you, Noor. Yesterday during the game, they were showing a replay of a failed Ndukwe tackle as Liverpool were on the counter-attack. Yes, LFC TV is shit. You're correct. You know, so that's the thing. So, yeah, and by the way, there's a whole lot of stuff. Where's the... Here you go. Removing the current shirt sponsor could be a thing. You know, maybe not dealing with Standard Chartered anymore, dealing with someone else. Amazon Prime on the shirt.
Yeah. Standard Chartered. This is their last season, I think, Standard Chartered as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the last season for the shirt sponsor and the sleeve sponsor, so they're both up for renewal.
Yeah. Look, I feel positive about this, guys, because look, Jeff Bezos is a successful man. Like he went from selling books online to owning like the biggest conglomerate when it comes to like online shopping in the planet. So obviously he knows what he's doing. Like obviously he has that hunger and that desire. He lost half his net worth to his wife, and he's still the richest man on the planet. Like that alone, that's like, you know, deep how much that is. Like Jeff Bezos could give me $100,000, and that's $1 to him.
Not even that.
Not even $1. That's 10 cents. Like that's
50p, bro.
Here you go, you broke bitch. Here you go, $100,000. Like just
imagine you gave someone 50p and they were like, "You've changed my life. You have no idea." That's basically
exactly. That's the thing. I'm excited by this. FSG, I think your time has come. I don't care what stuff Callum will say now, but it's the reality. The football that FSG first bought into is completely different to the football now. It's completely different to the football now. Completely different. They bought the club for 300 million. Okay? Now you need 300 million almost every summer just to compete. We looked at this current transfer window. Objectively speaking, 300 million at like gem stealing is what we need to just go back to, like, we're trying to win the league again. We spent 450 million last summer and we ended up finishing 5th. So people need to understand football right now is different than the football they first bought into. And that's why when they first started, it was the whole intelligent thing to do. to buy the gems on the market for 20 million and get Champions League and all this. The whole market has changed. Now you have the likes of Brentford and Brighton spending more money than like top clubs in the French league and La Liga and the Italian league. This is the reality. Football now is infested with money. A lot of money is being spent on all the sides, which is exactly why I come back to this and I say, I think football has passed by FSG. The FSG style doesn't matter anymore. The FSG methods don't matter anymore. These things used to work 10 years ago. They don't work anymore. You now need to spend money to make money, because the biggest revenue maker in football is success. How do Liverpool gain more fans worldwide? By winning. How do Liverpool make more money from sponsors? By winning. How do Liverpool attract the best players in the world? By winning. How do Liverpool make more money in shirt sales? By winning. That's how you make money now in football. You don't make money anymore with any other method unless you sell players. That's the only way that you make money. If we suddenly, if we sold, the youngsters for 30, 40 million each every single month, every single, transfer window and stuff like this, fair enough. Outside that, you can't really make money like that unless you spend money. And that's the thing. Like, you look at these transfers we're talking about. Like, we were talking about Vinicius to Arsenal as an example a week ago, before like he stayed at Real Madrid. If Vinicius joined Arsenal, he'd have made up for his yearly wages with shirt sales within a week.
Yeah.
Literally within a week of joining Arsenal, he would have like this made up for his whole year worth of wages just in shirt sales alone. So this is the thing. When you buy these top players, you need to give them the platform to succeed. And we'll come to the football part of things in a bit. I just don't think FSG are ready for that level of investment. I don't think they're that ready for, like, if I meet John Henry right now and I tell him, yo, you're going to have to spend 300 million this summer and 300 million the summer after and 300 million the summer after. Yo, he's like, yo, I'm out. He's not ready for that. So I agree with Callum. I think they're going to test drive it before eventually buying it.
Yeah. Another thing is, did they change how Liverpool is branded? And I'm probably going to get a bit of pushback on this because I'm not Scouse and I've not grown up in Liverpool. So Tom, feel free to correct me if you think I'm wrong here. It feels as though, like, you look at PSG and Barcelona and Real Madrid, they're marketed to the world as opposed to just their city or their town, whether that be through merchandise or anything. I feel as though Liverpool are going to have to start doing that if we're going to hit the next step as well. I think we're starting to, but I don't think we're doing it aggressively, Tom. Like, even the way, like, sorry to cut, even like little things like the way we launch kits and the way we do player announcements and stuff. I look at PSG. I see people in America wearing PSG tracksuits and stuff. They probably couldn't tell you one of their PSG players, but the way they've been branded and marketed is very different to how we're branded and marketed. We still pay homage to our older guard and all that, and rightly so. But I also think that there needs to be a bit of a middle ground where we kind of need to almost move with the times as well as paying homage still to.
I think Liverpool are starting to do that though, and they're doing that in the correct way, in my opinion. I don't want Liverpool to lose its soul in pursuing these other markets. In a sense, I like what Liverpool is. I like what it does at the minute. It's doing it in the correct way, in my opinion. We're one of the first clubs to have a club shop that's not from London, in London. We're opening, I think it's 25 to 30 club stores in America across the next year or two. That they are starting that global outreach.
Sorry to disappoint you, Tom, but I think the club has lost a bit of its soul already.
In what way?
I think the club 20 years ago that I grew up watching is a completely different club than the club now. I think the club used to be 20 years ago like a work-like mentality, fight every game, underdogs, Anfield was jumping up and down. 20 years later, the whole thing changed.
Years ago.
You look at last season as well. And this is this. No, I'm not talking about the season itself. I'm saying last season, you come back to the transfer window. I think us spending that much money changes the narrative and the feeling around the club too. When you go when because our whole lifetime, probably since Callum started watching football until last year. No, I'm not even taking the piss. I'm gonna make a legit football point. From when you started watching football until last year, the only two like superstars he's probably seen join Liverpool are Thiago Alcantara and Fernando Torres. Outside that, there is no real like superstar.
If you go back to the 90s, Liverpool broke the British transfer record like 2 or 3 times.
No, but you can break the record. Chelsea have just broke the record with Morgan Rogers. I wouldn't call Morgan Rogers a superstar.
Yeah, it's not a superstar.
So I think the truth lies in between what you're both saying. So I do think Liverpool have moved with the times.
Callum's on the fence, Tom. Shock.
He's getting splintered on his arse as we speak.
He's on the fence again. Wow. Shock.
I do think Liverpool have moved with the times. I don't think we've lost our soul though. I just think we've moved.
No, I said a little bit. Don't change my words. I said a little bit.
I don't even think we've lost our soul a little bit, Hassan. I think we've just moved along with with who we are and who we've become. So, say for example, Hassan, like you've got your morals and stuff, but let's say for example you became a multi-millionaire tomorrow, your lifestyle will change, but I don't think your morals will change. And I think that's
okay, but that's different. That's different.
So I don't think we've. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think we've lost a bit of our soul. I think we.
Okay, but let me tell you why it's different. The reason why I think it's different, Callum, is when you're a football club that's like, even when Klopp came in, from doubters to believers, that fighting mentality, all that stuff. When you start buying Isaks and the Verts of the world, and even this summer the Barcolas of the world, you can't run those narratives. You can't do the underdog story. You can't do the fight to win story. Now, fans are putting their butts on seats, expecting good football, expecting performances, expecting... And that's, by the way, let me tell you the biggest indicator that Liverpool lost a bit of its soul. Imagine this stream was in 2005 or 2010. And I told you a Premier League winning manager would be booed at Anfield.
No, but Hassan, that means
that's not losing its soul. Though.
That's not.
I didn't say losing its soul. I saying losing a part of its soul. I think we have changed as a club.
It's not losing a part of its soul. I think the football has changed.
Yeah, in the 80s. Sorry to cut you, Tom. In the 80s, there was that same expectation at Liverpool. The expectation was Liverpool fans go to games and we blow teams away, and we win European trophies.
I understand what you're saying, but we booed Slot last year after winning a Premier League and having one bad season. You can't tell me that's the old Liverpool. Come on, guys.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm saying we have moved with the times, but I don't mean. I still don't think that equates to us losing a bit of our soul, Hassan. Because
I think what you got to bear in mind as well, Sam, is that ground and that crowd gave him a fucking lot of grace last season. They gave him an awful lot, and no manager is.
Remember, Sam, I called an enemy of the club in that, but
yeah. Not by me.
The first time he got booed in that
by Tommy Robinson over here. Go on.
There you go. No, that's horrendous.
Yeah,
my bad.
The first time he got booed at that ground was at Burnley. The 1-1 game at Burnley. That was January time. So throughout the entire worst run in Liverpool's Premier League history of form, all he got met with was cheers and his song being sung and everything. I was in the ground for half of them games. I know what was being sung. I know what the feeling was. It wasn't like Liverpool, we lost a couple of games and everyone went, "Oh, get him the fuck out." It was a build-up of a collection of things that put us in that situation. I don't think Liverpool has lost a part of its soul. I think football has lost a part of its soul. When you're talking about how it used to be for the working class, I think that's a football problem in general rather than a Liverpool problem. When you're
no, but Man United never used to be like this, as an example. Even I'll tell you the example. Man United 20 years ago was never about the fight and the passion and all this. It wasn't. It was never the case. Since Ferguson took over and won the first Premier League, they became the club that everyone expects to win, and they had a certain level of expectation every single game. Man United were never like us. When I watched Liverpool in like 2005 and I watched Man United in 2005, the Liverpool energy was a different energy. The Liverpool energy was us against the world energy. We're fighting everyone. We are the underdogs. We're trying to beat everyone. No, but Man United never had that. So it's not just a general problem. Chelsea never had that. Arsenal even never had that.
So I've never seen that. Expectations can change, but you don't lose your soul. Like Cal said, Liverpool had these expectations in the pomp in the 70s and the 80s. Liverpool are
the most successful club in English football. There is going to be that weight of expectation as an inherent belief for the majority of the time. That's the case.
Okay. Let me just do these supers. Big up to Matt for joining us. Let me just do these supers, and then I'm gonna move on, talk about the Monaco game yesterday. Big up to Sond, who says, imagine how many proposals Bezos have got in his life, and he accepts this one. We must have sold him a dream, and he's gonna blow that money. Matt, since you joined us, what's your thoughts on this Bezos news with the consortium and obviously with Amit Bhatia?
Well, when I saw it break about a couple of hours ago, I kind of did forget that it was happening because it kind of went a little bit quiet, obviously, once we got that first kind of big announcement. And I thought if it was going to happen, it wouldn't be this soon. I thought it would be maybe, I don't know, a couple of months down the line, because these things take time. Like, you have to do your due diligence and all these things and make sure everything's in place. I saw it and I was like, is this a good or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing, but I'm not sure. Is it good because it means Liverpool are supposedly more cash rich, but cash rich doesn't necessarily say you can go and spend, like we can go and buy an Mbappe, for example. It doesn't work like that. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sitting there saying, like, everyone knows I've got a problem with FSG in it. I'm not saying they're the worst owners that we've had. They've been good owners to a degree, but they have faults just like everyone else. But I do think maybe what's happened is that they've looked at the Premier League and football in general and gone, the money that they thought that they would need to propel Liverpool, they've done it. But now there's another level. There's now another level where player sales for a normal player that no one knows about costs like 40, 50 mil. Whereas back in them days when they came in, you could go and get your Manes and your Salahs. Do you know what I mean? Like, football has got so
Munoz is 40 million.
Yeah, like, and I
didn't Munoz 10 years ago when they bought the club would have been 3 million.
Would have been about 12 mil. No, not even, exactly. It would have been about 8. It would have been about 8 mil. I'm not even joking. It would have been about 8 million.
Imagine buying an Osasuna winger 10 years ago for 40 million. You would never thought of that.
Exactly. So, like, I look at it as, all right, I see what's happening here. FSG have gone, do you know what? We've taken the club probably as far as we can go. It's probably time for someone else to take over. I remember, obviously, I think JW Henry's like 70 or something, and I know we're not his first priority, maybe. It's probably his baseball team, Red Sox. So, and maybe they're thinking, do you know what? Now's probably the perfect time. Because you got to remember, a lot has changed. We've obviously, like, Michael Edwards decided to cut after the multi-club thing went to crap. Richard Hughes is basically leaving anyway. Once he does this Barcola deal, you know he's out the door. There kind of is like a natural change that you can see happening within inside the club. And I think this was always going to be on the cards. What surprised me, though, Hassam, is that I don't know if you've read it, but it might actually be worth more than the 30% that was initially said. It might be more. It could be 35, could be 36. But that tells me that at some point they're willing to take over. And maybe this whole like full takeover won't be as long as what I thought it would be. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be mad though. Like, all I want to see for my club is this year. I know people always talk about like morals and the right thing to do. Can we just like be real? I don't know no billionaire or no millionaire that ain't done some type of badness, because you have to be a madman to be a millionaire or billionaire. You have to do something. Allegedly, you have to do something. So when people sit there and go, you know, I don't want to lose the values, and you know, we're a family club. No one said we're not going to be a family club. But what's probably going to happen is that maybe what will happen is access to our club will be more out there, reach a further widespread audience. These things will help Liverpool. And I'll tell you why. Look at Newcastle. Newcastle have got in rich owners, but they can't really spend that much money due to the fact of it's the money that they also bring in as well, is nowhere near Liverpool. Now, if Liverpool have like the mindset of these people where they can make our club even stronger commercially, on the pitch, all that stuff, I'm here for it. I'm here for Elise. I'm here for Mbappe. I'm here for Kvaratskhelia. I'm right there. Doesn't mean we're going to get them? No. But what it does tell me is that if this club are willing to put in the right amount of money to get the players that we've always wanted, why can't we go and do that? makes sense.
My opinions are the same exact opinions as Matt. He went for a shit. He went for a shit. Tom Little. He went for a shit.
Must have been an incredibly quick shit.
Everything
It
Matt
was
said.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a shit in 2 minutes. Everything Matt said is exactly my thoughts as well. I think football has gone past FSG. Chills in the chat is saying this is just opinions on YouTube. Yeah, it's just our opinion.
Just
Yours
an opinion. What we're saying,
Yeah,
it's just an opinion.
because listen to what Matt's saying. 10 years ago, 40 million was like the player that's about to become the shit in football. Like he's about to become the guy. 40 million. These players like Munoz and Mbai, 10 years ago, 8 million you would have gotten them. 9 million, 7 million, you would have bought a player like that. Bhatia is the big X factor for me. Loved by QPR fans, has the club's best interest at heart, and he is leading the consortium, which is important. I agree with you, Mito, and me and Callum touched on this as well. The fact that there's a footballing guy in this as well makes a difference, because you need footballing people too. It can't just be billionaires. Like, I don't expect Jeff Bezos to understand football and know what the difference is between a winger and an inside forward, like, or a right back and a full back and a wing back and all this, bro. It's okay, they're gonna learn football, but having a football guy next to them is important. Big up to Club Kings, who says Bezos has been buying a sports club for the last 2 years. Anything he puts his money in, he grows. They need this backing to develop the ground more. I actually agree with this as well. Bezos as an entrepreneur is very successful, you know. So he's a person in himself that's like a conglomerate, you know. Like if he bought the Don Hussam channel, this channel would be the second biggest channel on football YouTube within a year, like, or but biggest one, like, just because of the opportunities you'd get. So this is the type of stuff that I mean, like, he knows what he's doing, and that's why I'm not worried. Genuine question: is it like Newcastle United? I saw you say this as well earlier on the chat, AMT. The reason why it's different is Liverpool Football Club's revenue is already high. The reason why Newcastle can't spend a shitload of money, and even when Callum mentioned the example, the reason why Newcastle can't spend a lot of money is because their floor for revenue is so low that they need to raise that before they can spend 150 to 200 million regularly. They can't spend that now because the Premier League doesn't want another Man City. So you have to increase your revenue, be successful in a natural, normal way first, and then you can spend money. Anyway, speaking of,
also
let me...
Newcastle, though. The whole frustration I have with the Newcastle thing is they moan about PSR. They're the ones that they had 200+ million last summer. They spent it shitly, and then they moan.
I agree with this.
They're punished for spending poorly.
And people will say that we always make it about Liverpool, but I believe this wholeheartedly. Had they just given us Isak in May, their whole season would be different. They could have had Ekitike. They could have spent money a lot more intelligently. You come back to us, our season would have been better as well, because Isak would have had a full preseason. But here we are, because dumbass Newcastle wanted to spend 70 million on Wissa and 60 million on Elanga, and then they wonder why they're shit. Spend more money and care about the club culture, or F off. Yes, but I need you to understand something, Akia. Jeff Bezos doesn't know what Liverpool culture is. He's going to have to learn it. Same thing with FSG. This is awful. I'm not happy at all, is what Jamie's saying. Why are you not happy, Jamie? Why are you not happy? Let us know in the comment section, brother. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. I want to talk about the Monaco game. We have a lot of topics to discuss today. So I want to move on and talk about Monaco. And then we'll come to talking about the Araujo stuff. Monaco game. Let me start off with Callum, actually. You know, did you watch the game, first of all?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me know your thoughts on the game. Go on.
First half thought were really good. Pressed really well in the first half. I think Isak's goal, the build-up play for that was beautiful. The finish was clinical. The goal mouth scramble, again, decent play and build-up towards that as well. I think Iraola summed it up brilliantly in terms of, he said, we are at a level, but not a sustained level for 90 minutes. Now, one thing to factor in with that is also the fact that, you know, we haven't got a full strength team. So I know Virgil played yesterday, Gakpo played yesterday for the first time, but the right back situation is still there. The winger situation is what the winger situation is. So I can't be mad at it. It's frustrating because we obviously were winning the game and then we lose the game and we concede another set piece, which hopefully someone like Araujo will help with the team. But effectively, Monaco beat our second string team in the second half. In the first half, I actually think we played really well. Still concerns there. I don't still think we're ready for the start of the season. However, I do think we're quite lucky in the sense we're playing Newcastle as opposed to anyone else, because I think if you look at another team who's well behind being prepared for the season, it is Newcastle. But ultimately, we've got a lot of work to do between now and the end of the window to make sure this window isn't a wasted opportunity. And for me, if we are able to get a right back in, then I think that Araujo deal looks a lot better than if he just comes in by himself. I think James Pearce spoke about today, the fact that we still want a right winger who's more natural on that side. Again, I might be in the minority here. I'm not really a fan of the whole Mbaye idea. I do want someone a bit more. I'm not.
Shocked. No. Cal doesn't like fun.
Oh, bro, you don't know about Mbaye, fam.
Does anyone know about Mbaye? How many games has he played?
I've played. You know, I've seen.
You played, have you? Go ahead.
I've seen him play, Cal. Last season, I want to say when I watched PSG about 6-7 times, maybe. And that wasn't just Champions League either. So I have a good idea of like how he actually plays, his strengths, his weaknesses. He's far from the finished article, Cal. But if you're telling me he will be an option for the right hand side, bro, we could do worse, you know. And you see,
no, I'm not saying we can't do worse, but he'd be coming in as a starter, right? We believe.
Potentially.
It'd be like 1A, 1B with whoever else.
All I'm saying is, Cal, he's got the talent, yeah.
I'm not saying he hasn't, but I just saying if Tom's saying he's 1A, 1B, who's 1B?
It'll be Rio and Mbaye on that right.
See, and that, for me, that's not good enough. If we're trying to challenge for stuff, that for me isn't good enough. If I've got Rio there who's already out of position on the right hand side, for me, surely you just go and get an experienced, top quality right winger.
And who would that be?
I don't know, but find someone in it.
No, Cal, you can't say that.
You can't. Don't do the whole. It's not my job.
All right, all jokes aside, then is Mbaye better than Moussa Diaby?
We are back at it. I was mentioning Diaby a month ago, and I was getting laughed at. And now we're back at Moussa Diaby.
Brother, I seen him.
Hold on, Tom. When did we didn't laugh at you about Moussa Diaby? I didn't. Who's laughed at you about Moussa Diaby?
I probably did. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I think he's just thinking I did because I probably did. You didn't because I know you've wanted Diaby from before he went to Villa.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But again, Cal,
I don't think Rio's
what's he doing? Have you? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know what like
he's about to move back to Europe for like 25 million euros.
He's going back to Leverkusen.
He's going back to Lever. See, that says that's an issue. Not an issue, but like, all right, if you was telling me he's
Leverkusen's backup because they can't get Mbaye because Mbaye's holding out for us.
All right, cool. What I'm saying is though, for Diaby, how old is Diaby now? 27?
26 or 27, one of the two.
He's about to turn 27, or he's just.
You can't be going to Leverkusen at 26. Like, I'm not saying you. What I would have expected is for higher, like, top level teams, and if that was the case, I'd be like, okay, maybe he's done something in Saudi to suggest that he's still a very, very good option. My only worry is, Cal, and again, I'm just being thingy, but because I haven't seen him play in Saudi, I don't even know if he still play the same. Is he gonna be the same?
You get to go the assist numbers out there.
Okay, fair enough.
Shall I tell you what it is? Whenever we're linked with a young player, and then we mention an older player like a Bowen or someone like that, automatically people shut it down and laugh. There's a difference between having elite talent as a young player and having very good talent as an experienced player. Like Mbaye has a higher ceiling than Bowen. But today, right now, Bowen is a better player than Mbaye. But because Mbaye is young,
I agree.
People go, but look about. I don't respectfully. I don't care what he's going to be in 4 or 5 years' time, because in 4 or 5 years' time, he might start realizing his potential. But in that time, Liverpool haven't won anything, and he might look to move on. But I need someone who's kind of ready-made now.
But
Mbaye's not ready-made right now.
But you see, with Bowen. Let's just say Bowen was available. I don't think the fan base would crash out of Bowen if you got Bowen and some. Here's the thing. This is where I feel like our strategy is a little bit gung-ho. I've got no problem with Munoz, right? And remember, I've never sat here and said, Munoz is going to... Remember, Carl, I've had my reservation because I'm like, you know me, I watch a lot of La Liga. He wasn't someone that stood out to me. But again, it looks like he's a talent. So I'm just going to go off what I've seen and obviously what he's done so far. I wonder whether that signing in a weird way has complicated things. And I'll tell you why. And that sounds crazy. Yeah, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not being negative. I just want people to just hear me out before people start like clipping me up and saying all these things. I just hear what I'm going to say. Because let's say that you didn't get Munoz, yeah, and then your right-hand side is Barcola and Rio, and then your left-hand side is Barcola and Rio, and then your right-hand side would be Bowen and Mbai. That probably would be a bit more balanced. Because right now, I would arguably say, I'm assuming that we still are getting Barcola, obviously. We've got 3 natural-sided left wingers. Like 3 of them are naturally left-hand side wingers. Right now, we haven't really got no one that can play on the right. So if you and get...
That was the situation Iraola had at Bournemouth a lot of the time. The only time Iraola's had natural right wingers at Bournemouth was last season in Doak. And Doak got injured very early on. And then Ryan for the second half. So he's only really had a natural right winger on the right for 6 months.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just saying that's at Bournemouth. But at Liverpool... I don't know whether we jumped the gun just a little bit. I'm not saying Munoz is going to be bad or whatever. I think he will actually be successful. I think he could be a good impact player and things like that. And obviously, you don't know what he can do. What I'm saying is, just for this argument for balance-wise, it does make me wonder whether we jumped the gun a little and we should have maybe just held off on Munoz for a second. And you get your Barcola, Rio's there. And remember, Gakpo's still here as well. I didn't even factor that in as well, Tom. So Gakpo, I know he's probably going to play a bit of striker as well.
I don't expect Gakpo to be here beyond the summer now.
Yeah. All right, fair.
With them having wingers lined up.
But you get the premise, though. Like, I don't want... Do you get what I'm saying? It's about balance.
I think with Munoz, that there was a graph... if I can find it, I'll put it in the private chat and Hassan can potentially bring it up. There was a graph that showed similarity scores between players. And it was like, who are the players most similar to Mohamed Salah who are under the age of 23 in Europe's top 5 leagues? And I can't remember who first and second were, but third and fourth were Munoz and Mbai.
Sorry, what website was this?
I can't remember. I saw it on Twitter, so I'll go have a look for it and I'll see if I can get it on the private chat for you.
In what way similar to Salah? Similar to Salah of 25-26 or similar to Salah of 24-25? Which one?
I don't know. I didn't do the thing. I just saw the shit.
I bet it's one that I use. I've got a funny feeling it might be Scout Lab.
All right, can I ask you guys
it's not Scout Lab because I use Scout Lab. It's not there. It was a different.
Genuine question.
Fair.
Is Mbai better than Minter? Is he a better right winger than Minter?
Yes.
Hold on. Based on what?
He's got, in my opinion, and let's get
based on.
I'm not even taking a mic. I'm asking a question.
Okay, based on eye test.
I think he's got a better IQ. He can see more of the game, in my opinion. And that's, do you know why that is as well, Cal? He's learned that from a young age because he's had to play with top players. Like he's at PSG. Minter is at Brighton. Minter is not a terrible player. I think people get it wrong, but Minter does have moments where run down an alleyway because he just thinks he has to be like the savior, like just do things on your own kind of thing. Sometimes you'll lose the ball, sometimes it does work. But Mbai can see the game, bro. For a player of his age, he can definitely see the game better than Minter, and he doesn't always play at 100 miles an hour.
I'm not asking. It's not about his age.
I never said age.
Callum, I already answered you based on. Okay, let me answer you. The reason why Mbai is better than Minter is football IQ. Is technical ability, is the fact that he's better in tight spaces, is the fact that he can get past his fullback regularly. When you look at Minte, a lot of the moments he had for Brighton were all in spaces, which we will not have. We will have a lot of time against low blocks. We will face many teams that will defend against us, and Minte will not succeed. I've seen games where Brighton have won by 2 or 3 goals, and Minte still looks like the worst player on the pitch. Just because of age. No, but just because of age and Premier League experience doesn't mean that you're better than someone. I don't think objectively there is anything that Minte does better than like Mbai right now. Probably maybe outside crossing. The rest is all literally Mbai. I think Mbai is better in tight spaces. I think he's a better finisher as well. I think he's... and also there's another thing as well. And you guys might not like this, but it's the reality. Mbai also knows what it's like to be at a big club. Let's not forget, PSG over these last 3 years with Luis Enrique, even before they won the Champions League, are building towards being like one of the biggest clubs in the world. And Mbai has put on that shirt. Minte, with all due respect, plays for Brighton. Like, That's a huge upgrade to move to Liverpool. If you said Bowen or Mbai, I'd say Bowen. I know we take the piss out of you with the Bowen stuff, but Bowen at least has like a consistency and he has like a big, sample size. And Mbai is not the same. When it comes to the game yesterday, because that's the first question I asked you. Look, I don't change my energy. I said it didn't matter when United lost to Wrexham, when Arsenal lost to Betis, when Chelsea drew to the Malaysian club. Preseason results don't matter. I just think there's one thing we can learn from yesterday is there's a huge discrepancy between our starting 11 and our bench. Our starting 11 can compete with the best of them. You add Barcola to that, it can compete. It can compete with anyone. You look at the bench players, and it's dreadful. Like the likes of Endo and Luke Chambers and all these players. They're not good enough.
When they're all forced together,
most of them.
I wouldn't say most of them, I'll be honest. I think that the problem was you saw them all just chucked together. And that team should never play a game for Liverpool.
And by the way, Jones is leaving, Tom, because he wasn't even in the squad.
He was injured, apparently, whether we believe that or not.
Come on, that's the prototypical. Crap. He's injured and then he leaves a week later. Come on, man.
But what I'm saying is, if Liverpool, do we ever expect Liverpool next season to put out a lineup of Calvin Ramsey, Endo, Luke Chambers, and Milos Kerkez as the back four?
Based on the centre back depth right now, buddy, it's looking like it's a possibility.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, we bought Araujo. I forgot.
and Jackie's
back. I forgot as well for a second.
Yeah, I forgot about Araujo for a second.
So yes, when that team's forced to play together,
you just say Jackie's
back. Jackie's back for the next game. James Pearson.
Says who? Where did you read this?
Hold on, where's Jackie?
No, don't.
James Spears as a source in 2026. You know more about Liverpool than him, you bum.
No, Matt, shall I tell you I'm not going to let this go because I saw how much flack me and you took. So now I'm going to dish it back out. Wasn't Jackie meant to be ready for the second preseason game? Yes. Wasn't he meant to be ready for the third preseason game? Wasn't he meant to be ready for yesterday's game?
Potentially.
So where's this notion that because he wasn't available yesterday. He wasn't available yesterday, literally less than 24 hours ago. But now he's available. We're sure.
Yes,
yeah?
Because James Pearce reports that Iraola said it.
Iraola said he'd be available. Iraola said he'd probably be available for one of the other games that we've just played as well.
Yeah, Iraola said that as well.
Come on, what are we doing?
He said he hoped that would be. God forbid I listen to what the fucking manager says, and when he says
never said
you can't listen to the manager.
But if that's the case, then and we listen, I'm not saying the manager's lying. But once again, he's not been available. So when Hassam says, yes, there could be a real situation where we see Endo and Chambers at centre-back, Hassam's not just being crazy here. Xhaka ain't played no preseason football. Leone ain't going to play no preseason football. Gomez is injured. So tell me, Tom. No, hold on, Tom. I've just named you three centre-backs. Who aren't available. I don't even know if Araujo is having a preseason or played any games in preseason.
He's had the preseason for Barca.
Has he played any games?
I don't know. I just know
he's been in
preseason with
them.
So
once again, Sam's saying it's a very real possibility we could see a centre-back partnership of Endo.
No, it's not. Chambers. No, it's fucking not. We're not going to see it. We're not going to see that centre-back partnership.
Sam, I literally broke it down.
We're not going to see it.
Carabao Cup starts next month, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, starts in September.
Oh man,
is Hassan? Am I lying or not? Does it start in September?
Let me go find out.
Yes, it starts in September. Carabao Cup.
So in a month's time.
Yeah, I think it's the second week. No.
7th of September.
This was the same Tom last season who's saying, "Why should we sign a centre back and block Leone's path? Why should we sign? Why do we need 5 centre backs? We've got Joe Gomez.
No. Cal, you ready for the best one? Earlier on, during the off season or whatever, I said we should get a centre back. This is Tom. You don't pay 60 million for a defender like Xhaka and don't play him. I said, but what if something happens to him? Listen, you can't block his pathway. You're paying that amount of money. He's gonna play. I said, okay. I said, but you know what? For when Xhaka first arrived. And he got told that he needs to wait because, again, he said he's recovered. The club looked at him and said, you're not recovered, fam. Rest yourself. He rested. He then was able to go do part of team training. But guess what? People started to clock on. This guy's got a bandage now around his knee. Apparently, that's actually reportedly.
It was knee and hip. Knee
Yeah.
and hip he's had.
Reportedly, why he's out at the moment. And again,
And
this
he's
is
a
normal.
kid. He's a kid.
This is normal. These things are going to happen. It's training. But all me and Cal said all along is we need centre back. We needed a centre back even before Araujo. We might even need another one because Xhaka, first season in the league, I'll say it again. First season in the league, no experience and recovering from an injury or injuries. Leone, recovering from an ACL. Gomez broke down within 9 minutes. Bring in Ronald Araujo, who again, I think if you keep him fit, we've got one hell of a player on our hands. But that's if we can keep him available, that will be amazing. But there's a lot of hope there.
It's a mellow type signing. Let's just call it what it is. It's an
I'm gonna do that because I've always, you know me already. I've always rated him, but obviously the last couple of years he has looked nowhere near the player that he was before. And injuries, I think, have definitely played a part. And I think he went through some stuff last year. He took time out of the game, if I'm not mistaken, for about 2 months. I remember because he got blamed for one of the Champions League losses, and then he had to take time out. But some people need a fresh start. He is a talent, and do you want to know something? We're gonna need him badly, which is mad because we shouldn't really be here, but we are. And what makes it worse from Liverpool's perspective is this: how can we sign him on loan, and then literally 2 days later, they don't see him as a long-term thing. It's more just to cover up the deficiencies in the defense. But let the man sign and play a game first before you start putting out that press. Are we going back to Arnie Slot kind of thing where we just start saying stuff about our players and ain't even signed it, like Harvey Elliott? Because he looks like a shell of himself, by the way. Seems like he had a really good time at Villa. He probably doesn't even know how to play football. Did you see Elliott? He's terrible. He looks terrible. I'm not saying but he just looks terrible. Confidence is a massive factor. So again, there's a lot of things that need to improve. So we are going.
Speaking of Araujo, tell us, Tom, why he's such a smart, intelligent signing. Go on, Tom.
Tom was crashing out. We got the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me break down. As Matt says, let me break down what happened. Tom crashed out on the Friday show. He came on the Friday show, start shouting and start telling the whole world why this is a horrible signing and there's no positives. He got the call at night, so he could stay friends with the big boys that he's friends with on Twitter.
Yeah, I know they are.
And then he uploaded a video on Saturday telling the whole world why he was wrong about Araujo and he should be given a chance and all this stuff. This is the same guy that crashed out 24 hours before that. The question becomes, why when Tom made the top 10 list for centre back, Araujo wasn't even 9th or 10th on that list? Also, I have another question. When's the last time we've seen a big club loan their captain?
All valid points.
Yeah, also, there's a third question. What's the point of signing a player in a certain position to come and play?
To cover two positions?
Yes, when he's injury prone to begin with. I said with Araujo, this my thoughts on Araujo in 30 seconds. I'm not even going to say anything crazy. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me just say this, Calm, just because people will say you're negative. Let me just break it down. One second. Let me just break it down. The good is he's versatile and he's good in the air and he's quick. That's the good. The bad is he has a bozo moment in him. He's capable of making mistakes, sometimes silly mistakes on the pitch. The ugly is his injury record. The worst thing about Araujo is not even anything football-wise. The worst thing is his injury record. You go look at his injury history, and it's dreadful. 144 days, 200 days, 46 days, 51 days. This isn't playing in La Liga. That's even less physical than the Prem.
Can I say one thing, though, quickly?
Really quick. Sorry, just to add on to that. Sorry, Matt. Also, why would we loan a player to build up their fitness to just send them back to their club? Because that's what I was told about Endrick.
And if you noticed, Cal, we got news about Hendrick today, and the reason why Liverpool aren't pursuing him because
But we've also heard that Araujo isn't going to be a long-term thing for Liverpool. He's going to be a one-season loan. So, what's the difference?
Stopgap.
So would an Hendrick be a stopgap as well?
No, Hendrick's not a stopgap.
Am I speaking Swahili?
Hendrick's not a stopgap.
Araujo's not going to be a stopgap, even though we've already just done confirmed through Paul Joyce that it ain't going to be a long-term thing. But Endrick would be a stopgap.
Let me answer this.
And he's on less, isn't he? Isn't Endrick on cheaper
Tom's
salary?
drowning. Tom's drowning.
I'm not drowning.
And I love it. And I love it. Hold that, you flip flop.
No, wait, guys. Wait.
So how can I be drowning?
Let Matt pile on more, and then we'll come to you. You loser.
No. There is a difference. When obviously we signed Araujo, he is alone. That PR that was put up about him, maybe it is to alleviate a bit of pressure. I don't know. One thing I do know is I think if he does really well and surprises people, he actually might stay. The difference with Endrick is we're not thinking about loan. We just want the player. We know that because he's so highly rated, we know we can't get him a loan with a potential to buy him later. We won't be able to get that because he's too rated highly. We can't do that. With Araujo, it is different. It is a case of like, if he does well, maybe the hierarchy might go, do you know what? Let's sign him up. But I think we should give him a chance. I get it. He's injury prone. No one's not saying he's not injury prone. But I actually think that's probably the worst thing about him. Because if we're being honest, people will say Konate had bozo moments. So what's the difference with Araujo other than just that he just gets injured more? Because a lot of the Liverpool fan base, other than the injuries,
Konate is better in the air as well. Check this, Matt.
No, Araujo's. What's this? Araujo's a better passer, in my opinion. He's a better passer than Konate.
I don't think it's night and day though.
And I also think his versatility helps as well. All I'm saying is he's 27 years of age. Some people need a fresh start. If it works, it works. We can all sit here and go, do you know what? You see that Araujo signing? That was actually a smart bit of business, you know? Or we're going to look back at it and go, it didn't work. And it's calm. And you want to know why? Because he's on loan. You haven't committed anything. It's a view to a permanent. So let's just see what happens first. Because you want to know something? If Araujo does a madness and plays well, I will be the first person to remind everyone who was saying, oh, this is terrible for the. I'm going to remind you, lot.
Right,
and if he does really bad, and if he does really badly, I don't want to hear nothing. But I'm just saying.
And rightly so, Matt. Check this though, yeah. And there's two elephants in the room here. Everyone keeps on saying, "Oh well, if he doesn't do well, it's only a loan deal." Are we acting like he can't cost us games, points, or progression in cup because he's playing? So this notion that he's only going to cost 5 mil or he's only playing on loan. How much did Kepa cost Arsenal? How much was his transfer fee? 5 mil. Peanuts, right? I guarantee you Arsenal fans will look at that and go, that 5 mil we could have saved that, bought a better goalkeeper and won a Carabao Cup.
What if Araujo has to put in a last-ditch challenge against a striker and he ends up saving the game for us?
Matt, hear me out. But everyone's just looking at the positive. I'm bringing objectivity to this and saying, everyone keeps on saying it's just a loan deal. It can't affect us if it goes wrong. Yes, it can. Arsenal spent 5 million on Kepa and they lost the Carabao Cup because of it. We spent 4.5 million on Karius and we lost the Champions League because of it. So I don't want to hear the whole, he's cheap or he's only on loan, so it doesn't have any downside. Yes, it does, because if he costs us in games that cost us in cups or the league position, yes, it can affect us. Second of all, who's to say he doesn't build up his fitness, have a good season and goes, oh, cool, I needed that, and heads back to Barcelona where he's club captain, a club that he loves? What are we doing? Are we not?
Guess what, Cal? Imagine if he does that. No. Hear me out. So let's just say
Adrian was a free. Adrian was a free. Cost us in the Champions League.
We're using players that it just hasn't worked out. That's fine to suit the narrative. All I'm saying is,
name me some loan players that have worked out.
Cal. If Araujo does well, and like you said, he builds up his fitness, but we have a great season, are we really going to sit there and cry about it because he helped us do well in the season? Or are we going to go, do you know what? It's such a shame that we can't get him on a permanent.
No,
we'll have to go.
No, I'm not going to cry. I'm saying to people who are saying there's no downside to this deal that there is a lot of potential downside.
No, of course. But all right, there's downside. Bruv, a loan, in my opinion, is always a gamble. There's negatives and there's positives. The negatives are, like you just said, but the positives are he could actually help us. Do you want to know why he could help us, Cal? Because the savior, Xhaka, might not be the defender that everyone thinks he is. Leone might not recover in time. Gomez might not ever recover ever again. So he might be needed and might be able to help us. I'm not saying it's going to happen, Cal. It could be the worst case scenario where he's costing us games, head loss, he even gets injured. But right now, Cal, all we can do is sit there and say it is a gamble and we hope it pays off. So I understand you're talking to the people that's just looking at the positives. There's definitely negatives, Carl. I'm not sitting there thinking.
Shall I be real, Matt? I heard all of this when we signed Artemelo. All of this I heard when we signed.
No, you can't use Artemelo, bro.
Can we use Ozan Kabak or Stephen Cocker?
I literally heard all of these same things about. Like,
Can we use Javier Manquillo?
People will sit there and go,
just hit someone just didn't want to sign him. Can we use that then?
30 years
no, we
ago.
can't. No, you're right, Matt.
Is that
what
cool?
I'm saying.
Can we use the
No,
I'm 31. I never even watched an L Cup.
Matt, and this is where this is where I'll side with you a little bit. Arsenal got Hincapié on loan and then made it a permanent deal. But if I'm not mistaken, Hincapié literally was playing majority of games and was a mainstay in that Leverkusen.
He was never injured. He was never.
David Raya, they got on loan initially and then made it a permanent deal. He was Brentford's #1 goalkeeper playing week in, week out. I'm not crashing out because of a loan. I'm crashing
Mascherano.
Yeah, perfect example. Came in on loan, was brilliant. I'm crashing out because I've been told at centre back we've got injury prone players, at right back we've got injury prone players.
I know.
So then we go and sign an injury prone player to cover said positions. It doesn't make sense. That's like me saying, guys, I don't have a working car, and then someone brings me a broken car.
No, the car's not broken. It's had a lot of repairs.
It's just likely to break. Happy now? Likely to break.
It's just had a lot of repairs.
It's had a lot of repairs.
Breaks down often. I'm not going to speak about his mental health issues because
you're saying anything wrong, but I don't want us to get into this like negative, like, and again, but no, you're not even being negative. It's more just like I'm trying not to put myself in a position, like in a place where.
Hold on. Sorry, again, everyone's saying I'm negative. Yeah. Stop me when I stop telling the truth. Have I said anything that is not truthful about the situation?
No,
because people like Scarface in the chat will tell me to shut up, can go suck out for a start. And second of all, once again, tell me what I'm saying that's a lie.
No, you know,
I actually agree. I think Callum's being really negative. Look how negative Callum is. Look how negative Callum is, guys. Look how negative Callum is.
You're right.
Look how negative Callum is. It's so negative. Honestly,
no, but we can't do the whole 2018-19. That's Jurgen Klopp.
In the last 2 seasons, he's missed 210 days.
No, I hear it, but man,
look at this. No, and by the way, just so you guys know, we actually went through them. A lot of them are muscle, knee, calf, muscle. Forget this, right? Okay, you got muscle,
no, but it's
knee
more
problem, ankle, hamstring. See,
it's more
calf.
It's more about. I don't know, man. I understand that he's had.
Matt, what's our key problem with Joe Gomez? He's injury prone.
I'm not saying injuries.
Joe Gomez, season 1, episode 1 with Iraola broke down within 9 minutes.
Bro, hear what I'm saying though. I know he does get injured, and it is a bit of copium for me. I'm not gonna sit and act like it's not copium, but if we can somehow keep him like available, bro, I think he will be more of an asset for us rather than us being rather it being a negative. I'll tell you this. Would you say I'm starting Araujo alongside Virgil if Jacques is still not available?
Because we have no options, Habibi.
We have no choice.
You do have an option.
I'm not gonna put Luke Chambers.
I'm not trying to trick you. This is I'm not trying to trick you. No. Wait there. This is what I don't like, though. No. Hear me out. This is what I don't like. I just said to you, I'll play Araujo. That's the Virgil. Obviously, Jacques is not available, and you lot instantly went, "Oh, there's no other options." There is an option. You just don't like the other option. You're acting like Liverpool ain't got centre back.
Who
played the other day? He's not centre back, but he's a defender. Luke Chambers. You can play him there if you.
Come on, you can't be serious.
No, if you
can't be serious.
Hassan, if you want to, you can.
An academy left back is the main option.
But you know that's not the right thing to do. You're picking Araujo because you know he's the best bet that we have right now, which is still concerning. But my point being is that we kind of ain't got a choice to a degree. He's the best available option.
We always have a choice. We're Liverpool Football Club. Let me prove to you we have a choice. Go back to 2 months ago. How long ago did we know that Konate was gonna leave?
Bob, you're asking the wrong person, man. You know me already.
No. I'm not. I don't even want to talk about Konate. How long ago did we know he's gone?
From May,
two months ago.
It's
2
been
months ago.
3 months almost now because it's May. It's August,
Yeah.
so May was 3 months ago. We had at the time available Lacroix 50 million. So who says we don't have an option?
Bruv,
Lacroix is not like Saliba level, but he's that B
bruv,
plus
you're
B
talking
tier
to the wrong
defender.
person. I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
but that's my point. Okay, so don't say that we had no choice. We had a choice, but we
No,
took
no,
so
no,
long.
I'm saying now, no. Obviously, I can't obviously like tell the club what to do. What I'm saying is, when Konate left, ask Cal. I was one of the first people to keep saying we need a centre back. We need to go and get someone like a Lacroix. We need to go and get someone of that level. We could go. And get
I'm sorry. Stop, K Truth. No. I'm rattled now. Stop lying to the chat, K Truth, and everyone who says we bought Jackie. We bought Jackie while Konate was here, while considering that Konate will stay. Do not change the narrative. Konate was gonna stay at Liverpool Football Club, and we signed Jackie on top of that. Don't pretend that he's the replacement.
And he was signed.
Bro, I hate when people like lie on the narrative. Don't lie on the narrative. Jackie was bought in January. He was bought in January. We loaned him back while considering Konate to stay at the football club. Up until May, Konate was considered to stay. Your name is K Truth, but you're a liar. Don't lie.
Can I ask you a question, Hassan? Let's say Konate had stayed. Let's say Konate had signed that new contract, and Liverpool had Van Dijk, Konate, Xhaka, Leone, and Joe Gomez. Did you think that was good enough?
Yes, I would have asked for a centre back. Yes.
So Liverpool instead doing Van Dijk, Araujo, Xhaka, Leone, and Gomez isn't good enough.
Because there's a difference because there's a difference though.
You want to know why? Konate is levels above any other player you just mentioned. I will not gonna have this Konate disrespect because you guys as well. Part of it was you guys. Every week, whenever we lost games, Konate, we're ignoring Virgil van Dijk.
Are you comparing Konate to Araujo?
I wasn't questioning.
Bro, Konate is like Konate is Maldini compared to Araujo. Don't be disrespectful.
Okay, I wasn't questioning quality.
And by the way, to answer your question, Tom, if we had kept Konate, then I would have asked to cash in on Joe Gomez and get another centre back.
Okay, so you're different to Hassan. That's fine. I was just saying, in the case where you thought it was fine, where Van Dijk, Konate, Xhaka, Leone, and Gomez was good enough as depth, us replacing Konate with Araujo suddenly makes it not good enough in terms of ability. It's
sure. The quality difference.
You can question the ability. You can question the ability. Araujo's
injuries come as well.
Availability. Konate's been available 2 years in a row. Don't even try.
It's availability.
We had a good run for 2 years with Konate injury wise. I'm sure Araujo had a good 2 year run injury wise.
Bring it back up, Tom. Hassan, please bring it back up.
I'm gonna bring it up now.
The problem is, Tom, they're polar opposites in terms of Konate's got better over the last 2 years. Araujo's got worse over the last 2 years.
And check this. Hold on. For everyone in the chat saying, "Oh, but Konate is a backup for France," would Xhaka have gone to the World Cup?
No.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
No, you would.
Yes, he would have. He actually would have. He was on the squad.
But he only goes there for who? Who does he take out?
Who's
realistically, Hassan?
If I go based off what Deschamps done in the past, it's probably over Lacroix.
Never.
He's done that before Deschamps, to be fair. So
I'm not saying that's a wide shot, Hassan. I just don't.
The problem is not Jackie. We bought guys. Let's not allow the lies in the chat to get to our head. We bought Jackie while Konate was here, while Konate wanted to stay at Liverpool Football Club. Let's not pretend Jackie is the. You know, this is a repeat of when people pretended Thiago's the Wijnaldum replacement. Same exact thing is repeating again in front of our very own eyes. Just repeat scenario. Oh, Thiago Alcantara is the Wijnaldum replacement. No, he's not. Same thing with Jackie and Konate. He's not the replacement. He was signed as a player while Konate was here. So for me, this is the thing. So here's the injury record in front of your eyes, Tom. So even in probably in the last 4 years, I'd say since 22-23 or since 21-22, what 4 years? 6 years he's been getting injured consistently for 40 plus days.
Okay, so the last season's one is skewed by the mental health break. If you want to count that as an injury, you count that as an injury. But that he only missed 2 games through injury last season, not 10. And I've pulled up Konate's here. Konate was injury-free last season. The year before that, he missed 8 games. The year before that, he missed 10 games. The year before that.
You got
and he rushed himself back for the cause of the club.
That's
okay.
correct.
So he was injured for 8 games.
Dad passed
Grace.
away. Dad passed away. Rushed himself back for the club.
Yes,
But yet we
great.
crap on him as a fan base. It just really pees me off.
Bruv, don't get me started, bro.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. Got a lot of love from doing that. I'm talking about his injuries right now.
Okay.
Injury-wise, Canate got injuries to a similar level. When you look at the Araujo situation, Araujo's longest injury was start of 24-25. A hamstring tear. Hamstring tear. He missed 20-odd games that time.
Tom, can I ask you just a straight, like, direct question?
Mm-hmm.
Who is more injury-prone as of today?
As of today, you would lean on Araujo.
You would lean on Araujo. You wouldn't just say it's Araujo.
No, because I think that you got to look at context of situations.
First.
This is what people do. They don't trust the youth. Luke Chambers gets subbed and we lose 3-2. Big up, Jay.
Yes, because it was Luke Chambers' fault that we lost 3-2. Even though he was on the pitch for one of the goals.
Oh my days. I swear down. Oh, you see when you say stuff, yeah?
That's what I'm saying. You can't say anything.
You can't.
If
like,
someone
here's the
leaves
thing
the
as
club,
well.
they're a rat. Automatically, they're a rat.
Yeah. No, it's not even that. It's like everyone that's talking, us, you guys in the chat, you're human, innit? And you're trying to assess situations the best you can, right? The situation that we're in is not good. What I have said is I really hope Araujo can stay injury-free because I do think that if he can just not get injured, we have an asset there that can definitely help us.
Mm-hmm.
Cal is also right when he says, though, I hear what you're saying, Matt. And obviously, we all want that. But he's leaning more towards we have another injury-prone player, which he's not wrong about. So it's about understanding where we are, who we got, and whether you think it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And again, I don't think there's no wrong answer. I just think it's how people assess where we are and how well they think he's going to do. It's so simple.
Do you want to know what it is with me? I look at the situation that you've got centre back wise now, and you could have had this situation with Canati, and I'm not saying you couldn't. As I'm saying, what you've got with Araujo is a worse version of Canati, but it's someone who plays the exact same way and has the same strengths, just less quality. But when I look at Canati and I look at the impact that we had with him in one of his better seasons, it was his first season, 21-22. Do you remember how we rotated centre backs that year?
Yeah.
We had Van Dijk, who played the line share of minutes. That was actually the season Van Dijk got the most resting, by the way. He managed to sit out 4 or 5 Premier League games. But that was the season where Van Dijk could play the line share of games, and then you would have Matip and Canati rotating between each other.
How old was Van Dijk that season, Tom?
Van Dijk was, 31, I think. 30, 31.
If it was a 21-22 season, it'd been 30, innit?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know exactly, Cal. I can't remember. I haven't got his numbers up here. I'm just looking at Canati and Matip, because when we look at Canati and Matip, we considered the two of them to be injury prone. Did we not? Especially when we bought Canati, we considered Canati to be an injury prone centre back. When we bought him, he'd missed 40 games for Leipzig in the past 2-3 years, I think.
Yeah, like
and Matip was considered to be. Yeah, he had a muscle problem for a while there, and then Matip we considered to be injury prone as well, and yet we managed to rotate the pair of them really well that year. Canati didn't miss a single game through injury that year, and I don't remember Matip missing a very long period of time through injury that year. So my situation is, if I'm looking at that, and maybe I'm being too positive, but if I'm looking at that,
you are,
and how and I'm saying we managed to do it that year. Is there a way where we can do something similar this time around in terms of talking about? We have Van Dijk playing 30 games in the Premier League, and I just use group games in the Champions League right now. 30 games in the Premier League and 6 group games in the Champions League. And we have Araujo and Xhaka rotating in the other centre-back spot. And in the games where we want to rest Van Dijk, we can either play the pair of them together or play Gomez or Leone when they come back. And therefore, you're always going to run the risk of injury, but you're mitigating the risk as best as you can by rotating them efficiently and by making sure you can build steady partnerships that way. That's the way I see it, rather than we're going to play Araujo, he's going to play every game, then he's going to get injured, and then we're going to bring in Xhaka, and he's going to play every game, then he's going to get injured, and then we're going to be left with no one. I think if you rotate properly, which this manager can do and has done, especially at centre back before, you can mitigate the risks and ensure that you have a solid centre back rotation. Do I think Araujo is a worse centre back than Canate? Yes, I do. Do I understand why they've
finally some honesty?
Do I understand why they've went and got him in this situation? Yes, I do. Because he is basically the same profile as Canate, but worse. It's obvious that they wanted to keep Canate, and they would have went into the season with depth of Van Dijk, Canate, Jake, Leone, and Gomez. That was their plan. They lost Canate unexpectedly because they didn't want to pay the money. They've went and got Ronald Araujo on loan. We can talk about the wages might stupid because I do think it's a silly move to do that. But as a player, I can see why they went for Araujo. I see the profile and the hole that he fills.
Yeah, I
team,
understand that.
And I can see what they're trying to do with that. So in that case, I'm looking at it going, okay, I can see why they're doing that. I'm going to give it a chance. And who knows? There was a period of time, albeit 3 years ago now, where Ronald Araujo was in discussions for one of the best centre-backs in the world. Now, we are years away from that, and he's had tough times since then with injuries and with other problems. But maybe a different environment is all he needs. I'm not going to crash it on him straight away before he's even played a game. Now, it could be that Callum Hassam are right, and he comes in and we're seeing Dejan Lovren 2.0, and then we're sitting there.
But I never even said that.
This is what I'm saying. Everyone keeps on saying we're negative. I've not once spoken about his talent or lack thereof.
Yeah, I never said that. I said the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm referring to his injury record.
Injury record is what.
Yes, that's it.
So can we not rotate?
I said he's good in the air, he's versatile, and he's quick. You didn't hear that part?
Tom, check this, right? And I said this: if we sign Jed Spence, then I'll be less worried about the Araujo deal. But
so you're worried about Araujo playing the majority at right back? That's your problem.
I'm worried about him having to cover two positions right now. Because that's what he's going to have to do, cover centre-back and right-back right now. If we sign Jed Spence or another good right-back, then I'll be like, okay, fair enough. Still not over the moon about it, but I get it now. If we don't get a right-back and he's this hybrid between a centre-back and a right-back without having the legs behind him to show me that he can last a full season in the Prem, then how is that not a worry? How is that me being negative?
No, Carl.
Yes, the injury record is definitely a worry. And let me just say one thing.
The injury record and the fact that we have no long-term plan for Araujo leads me to believe that this is a very reactive signing and there's not been much planning that's gone into it.
All right.
That's a worry for me.
You see Araujo, yeah? I think the main reason why the fan base is crashing out, yeah, is because he basically is Joe Gomez. I think if Joe Gomez wasn't here and Araujo was the new Joe Gomez and you still got another defender, Liverpool were good. It's the fact of Gomez, I hate to say, it's almost like he's not even here. So it's like you've already subtracted one defender. You've got in Araujo picks up injuries. Virgil, again, you're relying on Virgil just to be perfect for the whole season.
And Matt, how many times have I said I want to send it back to come in to take minutes away from who?
Well, it ain't going to be this season. It ain't going to be this season because it looks like the planning.
Is it not going to be this season?
Tom, as far as I'm aware, we're only bringing in Araujo for the defense, and I could be wrong, right? Now, hear this situation. Araujo, there is a possibility he could also get injured at some point in the season.
Yeah.
Now, and we also have to hope that Jake comes back and he's all right. Because while that's still happening, Virgil has to play. So when the others are figuring out their fitness levels, Virgil will be playing. Until the other defenders can stabilize their issues, Virgil will be playing.
Yes,
because
Virgil's
right now
playing.
we don't have a centre back that is reliable. Like say, like remember Tom, if we had like Canate still. You see, if Canate was here, we might be able to have gotten away with, all right, Canate, you're starting alongside Araujo. You're gonna because Araujo's available. Virgil, you need to take a rest. You played how many games in a row? You're allowed the 1 week off, and then obviously we bring you back. We can't do that right now, Tom. You know, everything is based on Virgil being available for every majority of games.
So we don't think we could play Araujo and Jake together.
You didn't hear what you didn't.
No, I did because you're talking.
I'm not saying you can't play them alongside each other, Tom. But right now, I'm only going off what I know. Jake, as far as I'm aware, until I see him play, because I know Iraola has said like, he should be available
Yeah,
But
should be available
said
next
that the
game.
week
We'll
before
see.
said he should be available for this Sunday. They're not sure, Tom. They're a little bit worried. They're concerned. Newcastle's around the corner. That's where I think the
Newcastle is 2 weeks away. We know what we are pretty confident what the centre back partnership will be for Newcastle. I expect it to be Van Dijk and Araujo. Do we understand that Liverpool expect by the first Carabao Cup game to have every centre back fit? Bar maybe Leone. Leone will be probably
Leone won't. All right. So
but he's right on the cusp. The first Carabao Cup game is the week between the 7th and the 14th of September.
Tom,
they
let me ask
expect
you
to have Van Dijk around.
Do you trust Araujo and Jacquet?
How long till that match fit? How long till that match fit?
It's not even that. Do you trust Araujo and Jacquet? So neither have played in the Prem, but you trust them. Yeah, you got different expectations.
This is the problem.
I don't see why not.
Two defenders
and also,
that never played in the Prem. You trust them straight away.
Bro, you can't. They need time to adapt.
These guys are players in top league.
This is why
they need time to adapt. And you know, I know why Callum crashes out on the comment section sometimes. Like Jay, your name is Jay the activist. Your name should be Jay the disingenuous. I think it represents you better. At his best, he's better than Konate. Konate at his best was considered by many the second best centre back in the world 2 seasons ago. Now what? Konate at his best is actually a closer time ago than Araujo at his best. Konate at his best 2 seasons ago, Jay was probably in comment sections on YouTube saying he's better than Saliba, better than Gabriel, and he's the second best centre back in the league. All of a sudden, just because Konate had one bad season, we're going to pretend Araujo is better than him.
No, it's because
and this is my issue. And you know what I find funny? And this is what I find real funny. Just before I'm gonna do supers, and I'm gonna ask the guys about Barcola, and then we'll wrap up. You know, just what I find real funny is myself, Kopish, Tom have done 500 shows talking about centre back since the summer ended. Not a single person said I want to sign Araujo. Not a single person said I want Araujo on loan. Not a single person said that at all. No one even mentioned it. All of a sudden, everyone's going to pretend like, oh, Araujo is such an intelligent idea. Let's not lie. I'm not even saying it's completely negative. I said the good, the bad, and the ugly. My problem with him is not his ability. My problem with him is he's injury prone. So let's hope he stays fit. Anyway, let me just do these supers. I'm going to move on, talk about Bradley Barcola, because we had the whole Fabrizio tweet in terms of him being accepting personal terms. So just big up to all of you guys. Guys, we have 1,500 people in here. We're not even at 400 likes yet. Let's get the likes up. Let's try to push to 500 likes. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you guys for 79k. We're trying to push towards 80k. And then the big push towards 100k, inshallah, this season. Pin this. You be sacking more than a tea lady, is what Pranav is saying. I don't know what that means.
That's regarding takeover. A lot of people believe there'll be a high turnover.
Okay. They will destroy the club, is what Jamie says. I disagree with you, Jamie. I just think FSG can't compete in the current conditions of the market. And yes, chills. That's our opinion. Big up to Aftab says the only man for right wing is Endrick. He'll win us titles. If you're open to loans, go get the most intelligent loan this whole summer. The most intelligent loan this whole summer is Endrick. Because Endrick can play right wing, up top, false nine. He can play behind the striker. He can play in the number 10. He's very versatile. And he's a unit. And he's athletic. And he's got a good shot on him.
Would you be cool getting Endrick just for like a season, knowing that he's definitely going back to Real Madrid?
Yes.
Hi, Matt. You've been discussing a centre-back that's joining our club just on loan. That's also going to return to Barcelona by the end of the season.
Hear me out.
I think whether Araujo is bad or good, he will want to continue to Barcelona.
That's absolutely fine. But you see, Endrick, that's the one from get-go you want and say you want him to sign for Liverpool. Not just some loan where, we improve him, get his confidence ready, then he goes to Marcus in the Champions League.
Yeah,
we've discussed the deal.
Based
on the deal.
All right, I'm going to be real. An option to buy and no option to buy aren't that dissimilar. If it was an obligation, then we're talking.
That's different.
You do know Araujo could say no and the option's gone in it. So in the same way we could get Endrick on loan. Endrick, we could change his mind and he could go, you know what, I do actually like it here. I've settled in well. I might want to stay now. Real Madrid, can we negotiate? In the same way, he might go, I played a season here. I want to go back to Real Madrid. The same with Araujo. The only difference is we've negotiated a potential fee now as opposed to next summer. Option
And it's
and
easy
no
for us to look
Endrick
useless.
has the potential to mash up bare teams. Araujo is 27 years of age. He's not going to get any better. He's not going to harm us, in my opinion, in the future, whether we sign him or not. Real Madrid know this. They are not going to let us get Endrick. This whole Endrick thing, yeah.
Then
I
fair
hear
enough,
it.
Matt. Do you know
It's
what it does?
cold.
It gives us a year to
Man,
find the right winger.
I hear it. Endrick is cold.
Okay, but
Carl.
Matt, can I draw you a scenario that's
No, but
it's-
hear me out, though. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. We're
but
doing
Matt,
this
it's an
thing.
educated guess. It's not like it's a crazy scenario. Real Madrid have already been linked to Olise. Olise has already shown the want to join Real Madrid. What
And
if
they brought him
Endrick
here
joins
one
us
day.
on loan and he is absolutely cooking and he has a phenomenal season? And Real Madrid the summer after buy Olise and their front line is Olise, Vini, and Mbappe. If Endrick could scream until tomorrow, he's never getting in that front.
But I could only go off reports. Reports have literally said we won't go for him because Roma just want a straight loan.
No,
and
it's
that's
not
it.
only just that. It's not only just that.
So that's the
They
only
do
thing.
want a straight loan. You're correct. I'm saying we can change his mind.
The player only wants a straight loan as well.
Yes, but we can change his mind.
No, can I be real?
Again,
No Brazilian wants to leave Real Madrid. It is that simple. They would.
That's
They're
fine, Matt.
only leaving if you kick them out. So unless
fair, Matt.
Endrick falls out of Real
And
Madrid,
if Madrid
he ain't
sign
going.
Olise, they're indirectly kicking him out.
I
Alright.
promise you, they could sign Elise, yeah. Endrick will want to stay there for dear life. It's Brazilians and Real
You're right.
Madrid and Barca. They do never want to leave. They only
Even if
leave
you're
if
right.
they are kicked out, bro.
Matt, even if you're right, does Endrick not help us massively by covering right wing and striker this
100%.
season?
No, of course he does, bro. I'm not
So
saying
wouldn't
that.
it-
I'm just
so
saying I
Matt,
don't think
so-
it's feasible.
No, but I'm saying, forget about what happens next summer. Even if there's no option to bring him in, even if there's no option to buy obligation or whatever, I'm saying you go and get him on loan because one, it gives us a season to prepare getting the next right winger that we need to get. And it also allows Ekatike to come back to full fitness, knowing that if Isak does get injured in that time, I still have an Endrick who I can put up front and still be confident with. So for me, I don't care about the option to buy and whether he's going to go back to Real Madrid, whether he's going to bat it up for us and then go and kill it at Real Madrid. I don't care because I need Liverpool to be of a level this summer that allows us to potentially attract an Elise or someone of that ilk next summer. If we bring in someone or we don't bring in someone for the right wing and we scrape top 5 or we scrape top 4, we ain't going to be going to the table to speak to these top quality players. We
won't.
can't. Whereas if
All
we
right.
finish third or even second, next summer we can go, you know what? With him here, and that player could think with me there, yeah, we can take the next step now.
I would rather get him by on a permanent than Endrick on loan.
Of course we would, because it's Liverpool. This is how we think as Liverpool. They've got to be all in, or we can't get them. It's a loan, the same as Araujo. It's a loan.
Same exact thing, which you
The
backed
same
as well.
exact as Araujo. The only difference
Same-
is,
by the way, same exact scenario. A South American
Same
player
scenario.
playing for Barcelona. When Cal said that, I agree with him completely. I think whether Araujo is incredible for us this season or shit for us this season, he's going to go back to Barcelona. Both
He
scenarios.
probably will, to be fair. But I
Yeah,
think
Thank you.
the end. I'll go.
No, and people say,
he
what's-
probably will.
what's
I just don't want. It's not like as you said to Sam. I did a video about the 10 centre backs I wanted, and he wasn't on that list. That shows that the idea of the loan. I'm still at the same boat. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do loan signings, but they're doing it in this situation. I would rather have got someone on a payment, but they're doing it in that situation.
I hear you,
understand
Tom,
why.
but since
I
we've
did-
opened that door, let's go get the smart ones.
So let me ask
No.
you guys a question then. You want to get Endrick?
The door's open for loans. It wasn't open before.
So where's Endrick playing? Just so I understand, where's he actually playing?
Right wing at Liverpool.
Right wing.
So
Easy.
you want a striker, and he's a striker. I'm letting everyone know from now, knowing from
Yeah.
Palmeiras days. He's a striker that can play right wing. He's not a right winger that can play striker. He's a striker that can play right wing.
Yes.
So
I'd rather that
you want-
loan because no current right winger available attracts me even 5%.
so you want him to be your starting right winger? For the
Yes.
season.
Yes. Happily. Endrick, Isak, and Barcola, run it. We're slapping teams. We're destroying teams every week, bro. Allow it. And you're smiling because you know it's true as well.
No, bro,
you see those three up top with Verts behind them.
Bro, I rate Endrick here. I rate Endrick. Trust me. But Endrick is more. He's way more better century than he is. I'm not saying he can't do the right wing thing, bro. I know about Endrick. Trust me. but he's way better as a striker.
He's way
Which
better
I'll be happy
centrally,
with.
right, Matt?
No, no,
Well,
no.
one
which I'll
second.
be-
He's way better centrally. One second. He's way better centrally, right? Two things. Number one, we know Isak is made from Weetabix and Ekitike is not fit until April, so he can play centrally. Number two, this makes Callum's point about convincing him to stay at Liverpool even stronger. You want to know why? He's never going to play central at Madrid because Kylian Mbappe is there. In his dreams, he will play central at Madrid.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
he's gonna play
All
central
right.
because we've got
All right.
Isak
If
in
we're
it.
gonna do that, Endrick goes to Liverpool.
Isak picks up injuries,
play-
Tom. That's what, Mbappe don't pick up injuries.
Yeah, Mbappe's fit.
All right then. So wait there.
And Isak's
So-
not a dictator.
So you're saying because Isak gets injured, Endrick will have bare games. All right, cool. But then when Ekitike comes back, then you've got three
When
strikers.
Ekitike comes back in April.
He's
No,
not back in
but
April.
obviously,
And
eventually
he
he'll come
need
back.
and he needs like 3-4 games to get match fit because it's a
All
bad
right, that's
injury.
fair. So basically, what you're saying is
Sorry,
basically
with
having
all
him
due
as like
respect,
the backup striker.
I've just had Ekitike's injury. With all due respect, when did he get the injury? In March, yeah.
March.
Yeah.
I'm hearing people saying he'll be back by like what, December and January.
No.
won't.
He'll probably be back by Feb. I say Feb. He'll probably be back by Feb, maybe.
Even that.
Maybe
would be
again,
a-
maybe.
But I'm being told
Big-
it's going to be 6 months before I can drive a car.
No,
6
Let's-
months.
I hear you. I hear you.
Let
I
me do the super chat
That's
because to
horrible.
fix the injury as well.
I hear you.
Big up to
yeah, go on.
Shaq. Big up to you, Shaq Abden. He says, big up all at Cal. Be strong, brother. I've torn my ACL, MCL 3 times from football, twice on the right knee and one off the left. Say goodbye to football, but life has more to offer. I'm going strong with the gym, tennis, badminton, etc. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So we have experience with MCLs, and thanks so much for the big donation as well, Shaq.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done with
Oh.
football. I've officially said I'm done.
Yeah. Big up to you,
Shaq?
my guy,
Done
Shaq.
with
Thank you.
Done with football.
I'm not playing football again, bro.
W matters what Akia says.
Carl, don't think like that, bro.
If Araujo's success negative, Nancy's apologize. You do realize that myself and Callum are criticizing his injury record.
Do you know?
So
what,
if he
Akio-
stays fit,
you know, what,
like,
Akio, I'm gonna say the same thing then. If it doesn't work out, I want a full apology from everyone who's saying I'm negative, because when I said
but
slut
Callum,
out,
that will never happen.
no,
that
but this is my
will never
point. When I said slut out, I never got apologies. When I said we should get 5 centre backs last summer, I never got any apologies. When I said we should have signed another right winger last summer, I never got an apology. When I said we should have brought someone ahead of Gakpo last summer, I never got an apology. So if we're gonna be consistent, I'm all good for admitting when I'm wrong. I have to, because I'm on the head doing this.
Exactly, because we're content creators. We admit when we're wrong.
I have
People
to.
who called me out all last season have disappeared from this chat.
I apologize all the
Disappeared.
time. But can I get the same? Can I get the same then? Because when I
No,
call
you
for
won't. No, you
Iraola,
won't. I'll save you the
when I-
time. You won't. You
when I
won't.
called for Iraola in November, I got told, "What's Iraola done? What's he achieved? He ain't got no experience." Now everyone's
Who
creaming
said
their
that?
Iraola.
Big up to Ankit, who says he's injury prone and got mistakes in him, but it's a low risk signing. Anyway, we'd rather back Jacque Leone alongside Van Dijk and get Murillo next season. I think the reason why clubs haven't signed Murillo is because of the way that he plays in that position, number one. Number two, when it comes to low risk signing, in the words of Callum, if he costs us a Champions League game or if he costs us the league title, that's not low risk, is it? Because of his errors. If Arsenal buy Alvarez and Barcola plus current signing, it's less than LFC spending 500 million. You're not going to sign Barcola. I'm going to show you the tweet now. Fabrizio's confirmed already. Agreed personal terms. Question for everyone. Araujo played 1K minutes last season, only missed 2 games due to injuries. How many minutes do you expect him to play this season? I don't have a minute limit on him, but if he's going to play and he's going to be active for Liverpool Football Club, then he needs to at least be part of like 25 to 30 games, whether it be right back or center back. You can get Endrick on loan, but what are people smoking to think he would be staying long-term over Madrid? But we broke down the science behind it. Real Madrid this summer were linked to Olise. Real Madrid are a Galacticos club. Real Madrid just extended Vinny, that you yourself mocked Arsenal fans for. So if Vinny stays and Mbappe stays, which we know is going to happen, and they go and sign Olise, which they've already started that process, where is Endrick going to play? Left back? Right back? Where's he going to play? There is actually science and food for thought. And what if he plays for Liverpool and really likes it here? What if he joins Liverpool and he gets 15 assists and 18 goals and he's in the team of the season? Then what?
Again, I don't care whether he stays long term or not. I'm saying I literally just take him for 1 season. And for everyone in the chat saying, "Oh, Cal rated the lap," I did. Yeah, I did. I was also
Yeah,
the
but who
first
cares
guy.
about
Guys,
that? That's the
football
silly way to
content
look at it,
create.
though.
You want to know the
That's the wrong
problem?
way to look
All
at
of
it.
you in the chat get stuff wrong, but you're
No,
not
we
in front
all
of the
get
camera.
stuff wrong.
No,
Like,
hold on,
come
Matt.
on,
Matt,
man.
you're-
We
you're right.
all
Look,
get
That's
stuff. Guess
ridiculous.
what?
I
All
blame
four of us thought
shareholders.
that we'd win multiple trophies. We ended up
Yeah,
finishing
check this,
fifth.
Matt. When you said that Pacho was really good, never and crashed on you, have those people apologized to you?
No, they really haven't. No.
Cool,
They
cool.
just
When
been
I said
silent.
Elise,
They
when I
haven't
said
said nothing.
Elise was the truth, when people were saying Kudos is better than Elise, and I was like, no, Elise is the better one. Did I have I heard anything
Yeah,
about that?
yeah,
or not?
no facts. No one don't say nothing. It's only when you get something wrong, people are loud.
Guys, we
innit?
always get
That's what it
stuff
is.
wrong. You need to understand something.
No, I know.
Football
It's
content.
just funny
The
though,
difference
innit?
between us and you is you guys are in the comment section and you get stuff wrong. Like this Jay guy, he's been chatting shit for 4 days, but it's in the comment section, not in front of a camera. So that's the difference. So when you're in front of a
Jay,
camera, it's
he just
recorded
trolling, bro. I
forever.
know Jay. I know him personally. He just trolling.
I don't care if he's trolling or not. It's dumb takes. Missed Araujo 580, Konate 500 Araujo in 2 less seasons. Yes, but I don't care about Araujo's injuries from 6 seasons ago, and I don't care about Konate's injuries from 5 seasons ago. I'm looking at the last 2 seasons more than anything else. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. 1,500 people in the building. Just final topic of the day. I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. Final topic. Let's just address Bradley Barcola. Big up to all of you guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get the likes up ASAP, please. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The road to 80K continues. Try and get there. So, yeah. Actually, we're not crying about apologies. Someone super chatted saying, will we apologize? So we shared the same energy back. So, yeah, you're the type of guy that if I said I like pancakes, you'd say waffles are better. You're that type of guy. Anyway, Bradley Barcola, people. Let me just share the latest on Bradley Barcola, and then I'm just going to ask the guy's opinion on it. Let's start with Tom because he's on the verge of crying. Liverpool have the final green light from Bradley Barcola on personal terms. The negotiations with PSG over the fee continue as clubs are in direct official conversation. Up to LFC as PSG's valuation remains high.
Mhm.
Your thoughts, Tom?
It gets done. That's my thoughts. It gets done. I see that. When was the last time Liverpool agreed personal terms with a player and then didn't, and then walked away from the transfer without a fee? Because I asked this before, and everyone went Gahey, and I said that's not the same situation here because we agreed the transfer fee with Gahey. Palace pulled the plug. When was the last time Liverpool agreed personal terms with a player and then decided to opt
and
against
then
doing
didn't
the
agree a
transfer?
fee with the club? Did you say?
Yeah, and then opted to not, pay the asking price or do the transfer. Fantastic.
Make it great again.
I can't think of the top of my head.
Because the ones that were being mentioned to me was like Gahey, which I said is a different situation because we agreed the fee. It was the plug was pulled on Palace's side. Caicedo was mentioned, even though we never agreed personal terms with Caicedo. We just bid for him, hoping that we could agree personal terms. And Lavia, we agreed personal terms, but we only agreed the fee after Chelsea agreed the fee after we'd fucked them off because you wanted a different target. Now, if we'd fucked Barcola off to go try for Kvaratskhelia, couldn't get Kvaratskhelia and then went back to Barcola, I'd say it's the same situation. It's not that. Zubimendi, I don't think we ever agreed personal terms with Zubimendi. He turns us down. So we had discussions and he was open to the move, but I don't think we ever agreed the personal terms. And then the reason that transfer fell through was because he turned us down rather than we didn't get it. We couldn't agree a transfer fee and we walked away. He turned us down. So I don't remember the last time Liverpool, because if you're going to go to the length of agreeing personal terms with a player, you're going to go to all them lengths if you don't have the financial capacity to pull the deal off. It's a waste of everyone's fucking time. So the fact that we've agreed personal terms with them leads me to think that they've got 100% the capacity and the willingness to pay close to the asking price. There's going to be a bit of negotiation, but they'll get it done.
It depends on PSG a lot of it. I do deep down think we get the deal done, but I can also see a world where it doesn't get done because PSG might just go, we're not changing.
Negative Nancy. Can you be positive about anything, mate?
Didn't I just say I do feel we get the deal? But there is a world where there is a genuine world where we could see PSG just go like, "No, we've set our price. We ain't going lower." I mean, we've done it to clubs. Barcelona agreed personal terms with Coutinho, and we said, "Well, we ain't selling for less than a certain amount," and he stayed until January. So, like, but again, you know what? We'll get Barcola, we'll get Elise, we'll get Mbappe, we'll win the quad. Are we happy, everyone? Yeah. Araujo is going to be the best centre back in the world. Who else? Bradley will come back and he'll be better than Trent was. There we go. I'll just say what you guys want me to say now. Who else is there? Who else?
I like the first Nickel.
Who else is
Why
there?
do you keep regurgitating the same shit every day? Just wait for the deals to happen and then report on it.
Who else is there?
Paul, if I were to follow your logic, I wouldn't have gone live for the last month and a half. Because we've been linked to the same player for the last month and a half. The first time we were linked to Barcola, it was the group stages of the World Cup. Thank you.
But you know, it's kind of mad though. I swear there was some breaking news today, and we actually spoke about it regarding the consortium. And it is a lot closer than what it was, it was a couple of weeks ago. So
we spoke about it the first time too.
But yeah, Paul, I'm guessing you just tuned in now, so don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. But
and we spoke about the Monaco game.
That's correct, yeah. And that only happened.
Guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't think Callum is being pessimistic. Here's the thing you guys need to understand.
No, I am. By the way, Joe Gomez and Leone will come back. They'll come back from injury.
Let me tell you guys something. Last season,
Leone's the next Maldini, by the way. Just remember us.
I love this version of Cal. It's so good.
Jacques,
it's like you, delusional and then angry in November. Look, here's the thing. Last season did a lot of damage to us. All four of us, except Tom, because he could just recover from it. But he's a lot younger than us, to be fair. He's only 19. So with us, like it's different because when you go into a season expecting so much and you get slapped in the face so badly, it does negative damage to the way even you feel, the way that like even me and Sean were speaking about this off camera, and we were just like, bro, like even that feeling of excitement for the season to begin is a little bit less than we first anticipated. If you go back to last summer and I said, guys, we're going to finish 5th, everyone would have went like, are you crazy? What do you mean 5th? Like everyone would have went mad. They would have said, worst case scenario, we finish 2nd, blah, blah, blah. And that's the reality of the situation. We went from league champions to just an absolutely horrible season. And there's so much for us to replace and so much for us to do. Like there are certain things that's just like, Virgil van Dijk is 35 years old. I don't think he can play every game. Jake and Leone are both coming back from injuries. Araujo is an injury-prone player and he has a bozo moment in him. Frimpong, there's questions about him playing on that position. You know, you look at the midfield situation. Curtis Jones leaving is going to leave a hole. They're going to replace that hole with Trey Ione. McAllister's back in training today. Hopefully he turns it around under Iraola. You look at the forward line as well. There's a lot of work to be done. Chiesa, even getting the minutes, hasn't looked like real good. Harvey Elliott hasn't looked good. So there are things to be worried about. Yes, Verts and Isak look good, which is something obviously is exciting for the fans. You know, Soboslai looks good still. You look at like, you know, the positive signs. Some of the kids have had good moments, but we know this from 30 years ago. You cannot win a league with kids. You can't just bring through academy. Like Kumas is not going to be a league-winning player starting 25 games. He just won't, you know? So that's the thing. So you're looking at like our current situation and we have a lot of work to be done and it's August 10th. So the time for us to stay calm is officially done.
We don't have a lot of work. We've got our new midfielder. Our new 6 is Trey Ione, and then Munoz and Rio, they right wing. So we'll be fine. We're winning everything.
And Mbaye. We're going to get him and Mbaye.
Who needs Mbaye? We've got Rio and Munoz already.
No, we need Mbaye. I like Mbaye, so we need Mbaye.
Oh, if we get Mbaye, then we're going to win the league for the next 3 years in a row. Like,
exactly.
We'll be unstoppable.
See, Cal's finally making a bit of sense.
No, yeah, this is what you guys want. So yeah, man. Fools Penguins, you say I've written off Munoz after one game. I didn't even do a watch long yesterday. When have I written Munoz off?
I mean, we are talking about a World Cup winner, yeah. Had such a big
No, I'm asking, when did I write Munoz off? When did I write him off?
Oh, no, you didn't. But people like to read into things, don't they?
Munoz.
Oh, so is he chatting crap then?
Yes.
So someone else chatting crap?
Yes.
Cool. Sweet.
People in the chat crap. Why even stream? Season is over. Why have you went to the extreme drama? Why have you went so dramatic, Akia? Like, stop streaming. Just because I don't think Liverpool are gonna win the league doesn't mean I'll stop streaming. Like, how does that correlate?
We we are winning. We're winning the league. We're winning the league.
I just don't think we're ready. I just don't think we're prepared, and I'm calling that out. I don't think we're prepared for the season to start. That's the big problem. You don't plan to fail. You fail to plan, and we're failing to plan in front of everyone's eyes. And you know, actually, you look at like the Araujo situation. We didn't even have like a 2-day leading up period where like Fabrizio said, by the way, Liverpool are interested in Araujo. Liverpool called Barcelona, and Barcelona said, yes, we'll loan him out directly like this. Like Fabrizio didn't even give us any hint or nothing like that. And even in his video, he said it's a surprise. Here we go. He said it himself.
He did.
So all like it's the fact that it's a surprise. Here we go shows you that even the club didn't plan this transfer. It's just like, okay, let's go get Araujo on loan, and we went and got Araujo on loan. So there's a lot of question marks in this team right now, you know, and they might be answered positively, and hopefully they're answered positively. I just don't think we're as good as Arsenal. I don't think we're as good as Man City. The other clubs, there's a conversation. Maybe we're better than them. Maybe we're not. Depends on certain factors. Like Isak has to stay fit and turn up. Wirtz has to turn up. These are all question marks that have to be answered.
No,
but at the end of the day, we have 21 days left, and we have about like 3 players probably we need to sign. If we're going to sign Barcola and Mbai and let go of Gakpo, if Curtis Jones leaves, we need another midfielder. Right back situation is a problem as well. So all these things is a question mark for us. So yeah, that's it. So,
quick question: what did everyone think of in yesterday's game, Lamine Camara?
He was alright.
Not as good
He
as
was
anyone.
alright. I didn't see. I wasn't massively impressed, but he was alright.
Yeah.
To be fair, I have one Senegalese subscriber, Red Line of Teranga, and he doesn't even rate Lamine Camara. He says he's overrated.
He's not better than James McConnell. So
to be fair, McConnell wasn't used properly yesterday. McConnell wasn't used properly yesterday. He was played as like an advanced eight. That's not his game. He needs to be the sitting guy.
Callum, can you stop? Can you
training it,
stop?
Can
you stop, Callum, please? Can you stop?
Also, can I ask a genuine question?
Right, to Travelli in the chat as well, who says, "Oh, this is just a business and all this." You do know, we as content creators for Liverpool make less money when Liverpool do bad, right? You do know that. We are not the channel that profit when Liverpool do badly. It's the opposite for us. We get less people in the chat, less people who interact and all that stuff.
Yes.
So for all you guys saying we thrive on the negativity,
less games to speak about because you're out of all the competition.
Bro,
you don't understand how it works.
I literally share my YouTube studio right now and share revenue and show you the money, the most money I ever made. And it's the same exact thing for Kopish. I know without even asking them. The most money I ever made was August last year when we won all 3 games, when we signed Isak.
Yeah.
Bro, we ate. All Liverpool YouTube ate. I'm telling you right now.
And the quad
guys, you don't understand
chasing season. That season there.
Yes, that season is
mad for us.
Here's the thing. Yeah, people think negativity eats on YouTube. Guys, it's not AFTV from 10 years ago where people are shouting outside the stadium.
Right. It doesn't work for
actually negativity doesn't sell at all.
Forget us. Matisse, when they signed Morgan Rogers, go and look at Matisse's video views for something like that as opposed to them selling someone. Go and have a look at the difference.
Yeah,
sure.
Turkish, when they thought they were signing Vinicius, look at his video views for that as opposed to when they found out he weren't getting him.
Well, that August, because that was like a week after Ekitike, when like the season started and we won the first 3 games and we signed Isak and we were reporting on Isak consistently, who was like the best striker in the league the year before, bro. And here's the thing I want to explain to you guys. Same thing happened to Kopish. When where the season started and you lose the first game, you have like 5,500 people watching, 6,000 people, 5,000 people. It's like crazy because everyone's like, oh shit, Liverpool lost, let me tune in. The game after that is like, oh shit, Liverpool lost, let me tune in. The game after that's like, oh shit, Liverpool lost, let me tune in. Then the game after that's like, oh, Liverpool lost, let me tune in. And then the game after that's like, Liverpool lost again.
Yeah, shock factor.
The game against Forest, when we conceded the 3rd goal, I peaked at 5,800 people. In January, when we were losing games, I had 900 people watching me. People lose interest when you keep losing every week.
Facts.
No one cares. Like
Guys,
that's the thing.
did we even want to do watch-alongs and stuff towards the end of the season?
No, we weren't even
No.
enjoying it.
So if we didn't want to do it, why the hell is someone who doesn't have to make content
Bro,
going to sit
there were
there and
people in
watch
the
this
chat.
game?
Remember, they were saying, "I'm not watching no more
I'm not
games
watching- yeah, I'm
until."
not watching no
Obviously,
more
they might have turned on the TV, but you get the premise though. They're kind of like they started to switch off mentally. Couldn't keep losing game after game and seeing your team getting moved to every week. And then
I got recognized across Liverpool YouTube in the quadruple charge season when I said we're going to win the treble. So this notion that you think it's negative sells, it doesn't.
What have I gone viral for? The Caicedo,
There's
when
a
I
bit
follow
of Fabrizio news.
Caicedo, Zubamendi, all the stuff. I'm told
Ferran Torres.
Ferran
told I'm
Torres to
negative.
PSG is pretty close to happening now.
Check this. I'm called negative, yeah. Who's been clipped up for the Caicedo stuff? Was I negative that day? Zubamendi, was I negative then?
Isn't there a clip for Cal Diddy?
Yeah, I'm in the robe.
The Cal Diddy clips?
Who was the first who said we're winning the quad? Who was the first person who said that? Is that negative as well? So let me get this straight. Yeah. It's only negative when I say stuff that you don't agree with a lot of the time.
Yes.
I get
yes. And someone doesn't know ball when they say stuff you disagree with. That's just
that's
just like the YouTube recently, bro.
Certain games and all that. But it's cool. It's cool. I'll be what you guys
Akia, I don't want to call out other people. I'll respond to you privately. And when I respond to you privately, you'll understand why what I'm saying is true. If we get him by Barcola, center midfielder like Kamara, we happy?
If we get him by Barcola, but we keep all the centre mids that we've got right now, I'm relatively happy. I understand Curtis Jones is probably going to go.
Sangara's gone Brentford, isn't it?
Yeah, but Sangari's still raw though. That's the thing. Sangari kind of needs this step.
Sangari's too raw, Matt. We've got Trainioni who's seasoned, so we're good.
Okay, here we go.
All I'm
Araujo don't care what anyone thought.
I swear down, if Sangare does a madness at Brentford and all the top clubs are in for him, Tom, you best not stream with me, ever again. Because I will go mad.
No, because Matt, that could happen.
And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I just feel like we might have missed a trick here,
No, we
no,
haven't.
but Matt, that could happen. 100% that could happen.
Yeah. We don't need a centre midfielder.
But there is a situation where if we'd have got him now, the pressure could have been a bit too much for him. I understand why the club go that way.
Don't need a
whether we agree or not, whether we agree or not, the idea that the club have is they'd rather see them perform consistently at that level rather than take the gamble on them, because we do know what they do if they bought. And I said the same thing with Minte, and I'll keep the same thing. If we paid 50 million for Sangare, 45, 50 million, whatever it was, for Sangare, and first season you see straight away it's not going to work out. The pressure's too much for him. He doesn't look comfortable on the pitch. We wouldn't sell him. We'd give him a second season, and then we wouldn't sell him. We'd give him a third season, and then after the third season,
not now with the Jeff Bezos consortium.
We gave Nunes 3 seasons and he hit 31 GA in his second season, and we should have brought him back this summer as well.
Stop. Now I'll turn on you as well. Stop. That's one of the three. That for me is as bad as the slip signing Nunes. Araujo, don't care what anyone says. We need a centre back, right back, and that loan deal is good. However, need a DM and Barcola in ASAP. Yes, we need a centre back, right back. So let's go sign a versatile player who is injury prone.
But he's better on his day. He's better than Konate, though. So
yes, that's what Jay said. Even though Konate on his day was better than Saliba, according to Jay 2 seasons ago in the comment sections. But we're the ones that have to apologize. Remember, big up to you.
The perfect side.
Anyway, listen, big up to all of you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment at DonHussam6. Don't forget to check out our sponsor. All the new season stuff is over there. The away kits, the home kits. MHF, 8% off on your next purchase. Big up to all of you guys. Sanderson Show, Matt One Show, Copish in the description, Drifty TV in the description. Tom Little with the one on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, the X. He's actually been uploading recently. It's very weird to get.
I saw. I was like, Tom's actually like doing videos now. Like he's actually streaming again.
Wait till people find out there's going to be another video tomorrow and then a stream.
Swear down.
Let's go.
Okay.
Anyway, big up, boys. See you later. Peace out.